Welcome back to USA Coin, where we explore the stories, values, and hidden treasures behind the coins of the United States. In today's video, we're diving deep into the 1973 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln cent, or simply the penny. While it might look like just another ordinary coin you come across in pocket change, the 1973 Lincoln cent has some fascinating historical and collectible significance that every coin enthusiast should know. First, let's start with the history and design. The obverse of the 1973 penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic design was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and has remained on the obverse of the 1-cent coin ever since, with only slight modifications over the decades. The 1973 penny retains the same profile of Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" above his head, "Liberty" on the left, and the date, 1973, to the right. If the coin was minted in Denver or San Francisco, you'll also see a small D or S mint mark just below the date. Turning to the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The words "United States of America" arch along the top edge, while "E pluribus unum" appears just above the memorial. At the bottom, the denomination 1 cent is boldly displayed. If you look closely at the Lincoln Memorial, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, a remarkable detail for such a small coin. This reverse design was created by Frank Gasparro, the chief engraver of the United States Mint at the time. The 1973 penny was struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins have no mint mark and had a mintage of over 3.7 billion. Denver, with the D mint mark, struck more than 3.5 billion coins. San Francisco produced the proof coins, with a significantly lower mintage of around 2.76 million. All three types were struck in the traditional composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving these coins a heavier weight and a richer color compared to the post-1982 cents, which switched to a copper-plated zinc composition. In terms of value, most 1973 pennies in circulated condition are worth just their face value, 1 cent. However, because of their high copper content, each coin contains about 2 to 3 cents worth of copper as of today's metal prices. Note, though, that it is illegal to melt down U.S. pennies for their metal content, so this intrinsic value remains more theoretical for collectors. Uncirculated examples, especially those in higher mint state grades, can be worth more. A typical mint state coin might fetch anywhere from 25 cents to a couple of dollars, depending on the grade. For example, a 1973 D penny graded MS-65 read by PCGS or NGC can be worth $5 to $10. The real value appears in high-grade coins with full original red luster, especially in MS-66 or higher. These are scarcer and can sell for $30 to $100 or more at auction. Proof coins from San Francisco are also collected, and a PR69 Deep Cameo can bring $10 to $20, with perfect PR70 examples fetching higher premiums. There are no widely known major errors for the 1973 penny, but collectors always keep an eye out for minor varieties like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or BIE errors, which occur when a small die break appears between the letters B and E in Liberty. These minor errors can sometimes bring a few extra dollars from collectors who specialize in Lincoln cent varieties. One interesting fact about the 1973 Lincoln cent is that there were experimental aluminum cents produced by the U.S. Mint in 1973 due to rising copper prices. However, these aluminum cents were never released into circulation and were recalled and destroyed. Only a few specimens escaped destruction, and they are considered illegal to own. If you ever hear of a 1973 aluminum penny, know that it is an extreme rarity, and its legal status is very uncertain. To summarize, the 1973 U.S. 1-cent coin may seem ordinary, but it represents a rich history of American coinage. Its classic design connects us to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, while its composition and mintage reflect a transitional period in U.S. mint history. While most examples are common, high-grade uncirculated or proof coins are well worth collecting, and any unusual errors or varieties can add interest and value to your collection. So next time you find a 1973 penny in your change jar, take a closer look. You might be holding a small piece of American history.